Hello! So today we're taking a look at this, you can hopefully see me. We're taking a look at this iMac here. It is, I don't remember the model number, but it's one of the iMacs. It's older, 2011 I believe. And it's seen better days. It's missing the glass panel, but that happens on occasion. But also it's missing a far more important part inside that we'll show in a bit that makes it fairly difficult to upgrade or keep working. I've already taken the liberty of removing the RAM. So that's just a little thought simple, not very exciting. But what's more interesting is let's go ahead and start getting inside here. Being an Apple, it uses some sort of torque security screw, so we'll take a look here and see which one it is. Cool thing is one of the screws is already right here next to it, so we can just size right on it. Alright. Torx 10. The hardest thing about these iMacs is the fact that they stick magnets next to every single screw. And so, boy, is it a chore to do anything. You definitely have a magnetic screwdriver now. Alright, so this pops down. We can rotate it around to see. And normally, there would be this connector about here. This other connector would be down here. You would have one giant, very important one, the DisplayPort cable, come along out here, up onto the monitor, and then one tiny cable for, it's either the temperature sensor or the backlight, something like that. It comes off about here. Anyway, that'll just tilt right out. And that gives you this lovely, reflective 1080p monitor, which you can actually grab a driver board for, because it's an off-the-shelf LG display. Make your own monitor out of just this bit. So that's kind of cool. Alright, here's where your hard drive would normally go. Let's see, the next step we'll do is go ahead and take out the CD tray here. Which I have no idea which screws are required for this, but I'm sure it'll become evident the more I remove here. Alright, and cool. Just got to take off the, looks like there's a, stick another temperature sensor on top of it here. And the SATA and power connector here. Oh, forget your screw, they're going to fall out. It's the little miniature version that I believe they use on laptops and such. Beautiful, colorful looking little CD drive there, DVD, whatever combination it is. Guess we can take out our Wi-Fi card. We got the two antennas on top. Probably can't see anything. Here's our Wi-Fi card. The antennas just pop right off like so. Take out that one screw and it should come right out. To figure out which Torx that is, it's probably the smallest one that I own, which is a 8. And that's correct. I wonder if there's a big Apple logo, if this is a fairly off-the-shelf laptop part here. And looks like it's been Appleified, but I don't know if it is Apple specifically. Up next is the power supply, I believe. So caution and all that, because death and electricity can result, painful and all that. So, you know, the typical thing is make sure all your caps are discharged. Some long screws. Looks like the bulk of the caps are up at the top, so, you know, just bridge those connections. Oh, that one was short. How tricky of them. This probably comes out to some relative extent now, maybe not. The cable seems to be limiting us, so if we, there we go. This little frame part falls out. And then we've got the different connector up here that we got to pop out. It's just like a giant standard ATX connector type thing, and it's, oh, there's more. It's quite an intense power supply there. This little connector down here, that comes off fairly easily, and then you've got a, you know, power supply. There's this little cute board up here. It's got a little wireless antenna type thing. I wonder if it comes from, I don't know, but it's cute. And cable's kind of in there right now. We're not going to worry about it for the moment. This air baffle seems to come out. We're going to take this screw out here. No idea what it goes to yet, but following it down, we've got this screw. Might focus, might be enough light in here, maybe not. Turn the camera's light on, does it help any? Oh, some sort of power board it looks like maybe. Ah! Pointy. Yeah. Nice Rubicons. Poor job on the soldering, fusing the board, tape over the resistor for some reason. Now we can go back up to the top and see how the cables on this little thing's run. Oh, different size. And I bet it's not the same as that tiny one. No, no. I'll grab it, but the autofocus does not like my arm in the way. Alright, so I think it uses the tiny. No, it does use the in-between. Apple. It actually uses a size, I think, one smaller than this, but it grabs enough. Goes its own way. We'll worry about that later. Looking around for what to do next, I guess we can do these screws here. Oh, that's the complicatedest mess I've ever seen. All that does is hold... What? Take out this screw down here. I think it goes to a fan. Don't know if it'll take the fan out, but... I have no idea what all has to come out, so we're just going to start taking screws out. That's not a screw. I'm not intelligent there. Holds on a piece of plastic with foam. Exciting. Down at the bottom I found this thing, so that's cool. I'm not going to really say take caution in preventing cuts and stuff. I'm just going to say, you know, when it does happen, because it will happen, just make sure you put some alcohol in it and don't get an infection, that sort of thing. And throw a Band-Aid on if you're lazy. Otherwise, keep on running along. We're going to subscribe to the world of remove all the screws and see what happens, because I'm past the point of no return with this guy, so I might as well just pop everything out and see what happens, right? So, you know, some of these probably hold the heatsink onto the CPU and keeps all the goop in place. Some might hold the board in. Who knows? Might be some sound logic that any screw I can't take out with one bit isn't required until a bit later. So we're going to start with that logic for a bit here and just take out screws that come out quite happily, you know, with this size bit. So like this doesn't fit, so you know we'll wait on that one. I'm trying to pretend that Apple put some thought and logic into their development here. It's not inconceivable that they would try to make it to where they could repair their own electronics, so that they would use some amount of intelligence to make it quick, but who am I to judge? It's probably not the worst idea I ever had, because things are moving a bit. Probably just getting caught in cables here. This is an IR board, by the way. Right, I know there's 1,000 cables I need to undo, but I don't know where to start, so... Well, this fan's kind of in the way. I should say it doesn't help us, but you can see better than I can that there's a screw right there, so we'll start with with that one. There's also a screw next to it here. I don't know if I'm going to take that out yet. It's the SD card. I don't know if that's going to get in my way or not. So. Alright, is this helping or hindering? Well, there's a fan now. The next step is that all these cables are holding me back, so I need to either take them off or unplug them or something. So whatever these guys are, don't forget them. So they do something. Oh, there's something down here that needs to come out, and we're free basically. Well, there we go. Logic board's free. I just shoved my foot into something a bit sharp, so don't do that. Well, if we take a look at what's in here, we can see this EMI filter, so there's some sort of like toroid type thing in there from the mains adapter. Oh, here's interesting. The mains power goes in the back into that guy, and if we follow it along, it's our star ground point or our chassis ground point, whatever, and this is mains. We can see there's a screw here that prevents this blower fan from moving, and is quite important to take out. Cool. Apparently it sucks air through the little vents and clogs that to death. Clean that out, I guess. Is there something behind all this? Oh, it's the... Yes, it's the spring that makes this do anything. We'll have to take a look at that in a moment. There's lots of wires. I think that's an antenna. Yeah, one of the Wi-Fi antennas goes to the Apple logo, which is plastic on the other side. I think that's their logic behind it. And I'm kind of curious as to, like, there's little antennas that go to these black bar things. So let's take one off and see if it's just a lump of plastic or if there's some magic in this. We'll take a look in a bit, I guess. I wonder if that turns SD into USB. Oh, it's tinier. Torx is kind of cool. Gives you instant feedback if you have the wrong size bit. Still think this, whatever these are, is a hair in between whatever bit is in my tool and whatever they actually used. I would do like metric versus imperial, but I don't think that makes any sense. Oh, that's gone forever. Taking a quick look before we do teardown, there's a clock on the back and a chip, so probably makes it USB. Come on, who doesn't want to see that filter? Huh, there's a hole in the bottom, so the screw falls right through. A lot of shielding tape to hold that in there. Oh, you know, it's like we could cut it if I owned a razor blade. Well, yes. You know, the wires are not foil. Ground lug is in there. Is the word I'm going to use. I think I have pliers. I own pliers. I don't know if they're in here. Oh. Ground lug. I somehow imagine this is going to be a lot less interesting than I expected, but still there you go. Gotta take the webcam out, I guess. There's this tiny cable. I don't know where it's stuck. I think it's not one of those temperature sensors, and it's yeah, it's got that foam on it. Yeah, comes right out. Totally how they intended. One more of these little mystery antennae. Take the fan out. So got that screw that I sort of removed. That one I don't think I saw before. More dust and crud. Power button's under there as well as some other things, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a mystery. Oh, speaker. I forgot those were things. There's your power button board. I don't think I'm going to mess with that. It's a wire. It's exciting. That's the microphone. There's little holes in the top. And there's the little microphone right there. There's a little wire that goes all the way down. That's kind of cute. I kind of want it. This might be the least filmable thing to remove because I can barely see it. How is that in there? Microphones are magnets, so you didn't think they'd be that strong. Yeah, some sort of egg glue. It's 3 wires. And then it becomes 2. Oh, it's supposed to be coax, I guess. It's not ended anywhere. Yeah. There's 2 screws back there that hold on USB ports or something. What a populated cable. Audio jacks. Slightly less exciting. Does that mean they're like optical or something? Because that's quite a lot of connectors. This looks like that might come out now. Yep. Ah, USB and everything else is on the main board. That's why I didn't pull them out. Don't know what the logical process of taking screws out is for it. The fact that nothing internally visibly moves. These are enticing. So I want to see what they do first. Probably nothing. Yep, yeah, nothing. That's fine. So we're going to take out all these peripheral ones, and then we'll take the internal ones out and see if something does something. That one's on there good. This one might be the one. Yeah, let's try the other side here. Oh yeah, that did nothing. Right, I think it's down to these 2. Yep, yeah, that's loose now. Oh yeah. Right, with all those removed, let's slowly take this apart, because I bet it will fall apart. This little guy comes off. And, well, if this were attached, you would notice that there's a spring-like mechanism along here. And I don't think this comes out in any logical way. Anyway, there's more screws along the top here that you can't see that probably take apart more of the mechanism. It's 1 unit. It is free. So there you go.
It's an elegant headphone stand or something. I actually kind of like it. It's got the convenient mount points so you can attach things to it. Cool. All of the scary spring is contained within an all-in-one little spring unit here. So I think the risk is minimal should you not remove these parts here, which conveniently are not Torx. So you can't quite be too crazy and accidentally do that. Well, that would be a good workout. And the last thing is I think these are magnets held in by more Torxes. So some tools were not meant for wrenching down. Well, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next upload of this second part, where I will be going through all of the individual boards and such. Yeah, have a great one, stuff. I'll catch you around. Hasta. Goodbye. See ya. Something.